Hey guys, Backwoods FPV here. Today I thought I would sit down and make a review video for the Iflight Xing2 motors. That's what I've been flying on my daily driver freestyle build for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 months or so, and just been really pleased with the performance and the durability and just everything about them. They're just great looking motors to boot. I fly the 2306 size in a 1755 kV. Obviously, that being said, they have all sorts of different stator sizes, different kV for whatever kind of build you're working on. But yeah, before we get too much into my, kind of review of what I like, what I don't like, things that I just noticed that I thought were nice attention to detail, etc. I am going to show you guys a crash reel from this past weekend. I went up to Portland with my good buddy Zane, aka Bike Guy FPV, and we went and met up with some of the Portland cats like Ethix and Ethix, and we had a nice full day rip sesh. We went to a couple of the different iconic office park spots that those guys fly all the time up there. Yeah, had a great time. Yeah, I crashed a lot on concrete super hard, and yeah, I just couldn't believe how much abuse they took. I did finally have a really bad crash at the end of the day that did 2 of them in. I'll show you guys that one a little bit later in the video, but yeah, without further ado, I'm going to cut to the crash reel that I put together from this weekend. But yeah, as you can see, I crashed a whole bunch of times this weekend up in Portland, and most of it was on concrete. And yeah, all through the day I didn't have a single issue with the motors. It was only right at the end of the day when I took this really particularly hard crash that I finally did manage to, not sure if it was bend the shaft or bend the bell a little bit. Previous to that, though, I've been bashing these since a little bit before West Coast Throwdown this year, which that was at the end of August. You know, it's probably, I don't know, July or maybe end of June when I first got these motors and started flying them. So yeah, pretty good amount of time that I've spent bashing them, and the only incident that I had thus far was on this one. As you can see, I ripped the motor wires off right where they connect to the windings. I had an arm break on me, and it just bent enough that there was obviously something had to give, and yeah, the motor wires just ripped off. I'm pretty sure I could probably save that, but I actually had to rob the bell from this one, as well as the only other spare new in the box one that I had to get my daily driver up and running again. But yeah, the fact that I only damaged the front 2 bells, and then I did actually crack the carbon right here just a little bit. But I was pretty shocked that that was all that happened from this crash. I mean, it was gnarly, as you'll see here in just a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I like about the motors and just kind of give you guys my unbiased opinion on them. So previously I had been flying the Xing E motors. I really liked those. They were dirt cheap, like 15-16 bucks. Held up great to abuse. The one thing that I say I would have maybe just a little bit of issues with was they would separate right here with them not being a unibell. But yeah, other than that, they were great motors. I was actually really sad when they got rid of them. I mean, as you can see, this one is really really dinged up, and it still was flying perfectly smooth on the motor that I popped it off of. I actually pulled it off because I was going to try to see if I could swap the shaft from this into the ones that weren't spinning smoothly anymore to test whether it was just the shaft or whether it was the bell. Unfortunately, I was not able to tap these out like I normally do. It just started bending the bell right there. That could just be due to the fact that the way I impacted the quad hit something pretty much like that, and so it could have actually already been a little bit bent, like right there, and when I started, you know, hammering on it, it might have just been already weakened right there, and so that's why it started bending more before the shaft let go. A little bit of a bummer that they don't sell just the bells for these, although that is kind of becoming the trend. It seems like a lot of motor companies have stopped offering just bells, which, you know, it is what it is. A little bit unfortunate, but what can you do, right? One thing I noticed when I had these side by side is just how much material there is between where the magnets are on the inside and where the edge of the bell is on the outside, at least compared to the Xing E motors that I was flying before. So I really think both the fact that this is a uni bell and that it is so thick really contributes to the durability that I've been noticing and enjoying so much out of these. I also love the machining on them. I think it's just gorgeous. I personally think they're one of the best looking motors out there right now, which obviously it's not like that matters too much for some people, but I don't know. I'm just one of those people that likes things that are really pretty and shiny, so that was definitely a bonus on these guys. But now we will go ahead and watch the crash that finally took a couple of them out. I will first show you guys a little clip of the line that I was going for, and then I'll show you the final attempt where I did not get the line. That was definitely one of the hardest crashes that I've ever taken, if not maybe the hardest slam that I've taken in my FPV career. I was definitely expecting to walk over and have parts be laying everywhere, smashed GoPro, the whole 9 yards. So to find that it was just a couple motor bells and a crack on the carbon on the arm was definitely a huge relief. Definitely gives me a lot of just trust and faith in my gear that it's gonna hold up and protect everything nicely for me. So yeah, that's gonna be about it. Hopefully this wasn't too long and boring for all you guys, but yeah, I really cannot highly recommend enough these Xing2 motors. I think they're hands down one of the best motors on the market, and they're definitely not anywhere near the top of the price range of what you can spend per motor. So yeah, if you got a new build that you're trying to pick motors for, or you just got some old beat up motors that you want to replace, I definitely recommend giving these a shot.